Guffanti
Beefy
for
girl.
life. Guffanti for life. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to the show, you guys. This is Guffanti Brunettes. My name is Emily.
My name is Sophia. As always.
As always, hasn't changed.
Hasn't changed a thing.
And
It
this
is
is our
beautiful out there.
stunning day. Absolutely stunning day. I had to get
Gorgeous.
myself off the tanning chair I was laying on and really drag myself off of it to get up and do this.
I know it was hard, and I went out. This was my first Sunday of the summer, or of it's the spring.
It's spring.
But it was my first sunny day, and I could tell I'm burnt. Probably skin cancer.
I have,
Not
you
good.
can't, I don't know if you can see, but I have sunburn from my sports bra from yesterday.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
still laid out today for like hours. I still have my bathing suit on because when we're done with this, I'm going to go sit out again and continue to lay.
This is not a very esthetician thing for me to say, but I do believe in that one tan, that one burn before the tan can happen.
You need to get the burn over with so that all the rest of the times in the sun can be tan.
You need to break it in. You need to break it in.
Absolutely. What's going on? How you doing?
Nothing. I've just been talking to you for the past 2 hours.
I know. Well, I
2
called you. I
hours.
was like, should we do Guffanti today? And then you were like, yeah, but let me lay in the sun. And I was like, that's what I'm doing. Let me call you and do it with you.
We should do one Guffanti when we're laying in the sun, but let's wait for the summer. When it's the real summer sun.
Well, I'm sitting right by the door right now in case I decide mid-record that I want to get out there and get in the sun.
It's so cool that I could never just bring all my little supplies out in the sun. It would take so much work.
Yeah, well, I have a very simple setup here, so I can just, as long as I got charge, we're good.
Did you notice my new mic?
I did. I was literally about to say that when you mentioned your
I have a new mic.
supplies.
This is going to be better for you, for the Guffanti listeners, because you can really hear me. Want you to hear me
for
shout.
the actual podcast. Yeah, absolutely. We have Elliot Higgins, John's little brother, across the table and tuned in watching the live.
Oh my God. Hey,
That's
Elliot.
how much he supports us.
Thanks for double watching.
He just commented best duo.
Oh my God, Elliot, you're making me blush.
So yesterday, I literally had the thought of I can't wait to tell this to you and think what you say. Yesterday, you know how I hate kids.
Yeah.
I can't stand them.
I don't hate them, but I'm not good with them. Do you hate them?
Most of the time, if it's not mine, which that's every kid out there, I don't really like them just because I feel like it's their world and I'm living in it kind of vibe. And I'm like, you can't even come on my level of conversation. Why do I even care about you?
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
I also don't like changing my personality for a kid. Like, I want to just be able to talk to you. I don't want to have to be like, oh, boo, boo. Whoa.
I know, and I hate being like, oh, that's great. So what's going on in school?
Oh, no.
Like, none of us care about fucking school. Why am I pretending to care about your school?
Do kids
Someone
always
just commented,
love you,
hate
though?
kids.
Yeah, do kids always love you?
me?
They always love me.
I bet kids always love you.
And I'm so bad with them, but they always want to hang out with me, and they always love me. They think I'm so cool.
Well, you have this thing that I don't have, and we've talked about it a couple times, where you really will give everybody your time of day when you're talking to them.
Even if I don't want to, it's so annoying.
I will be talking to, as I said, people I like, people I'm fond of, and in the middle of it, I'm like, I'm so done with caring about this.
Oh, yeah. I know you'll do it to me too, and it's fine.
I'll do it to you.
I appreciate, you just did it to me before. You were like, I just don't know what to say to that. Like, there's nothing
Well, we
I
were
could
talking
say
about
to that.
something that was a dead end of a conversation.
No, but it's true. Like, I will just be like, yeah, all right. And I'll keep going, and I'll just keep listening.
I've seen screenshots of conversations of yours where you continue to show interest. And I'm like, that's amazing. That's a skill because I don't give a shit.
I do care. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
That's nice. I mean, I don't want to either, but I also.
But you don't even have it in you.
No, I don't.
So what about the kid?
So the kids. So I don't like kids in the same way that I don't like dogs. My coworkers the other day, like we do these weekly happy hour things to like keep team vibes up, and they like someone mentioned that I don't like animals or something in it, and everyone
is that true?
Freaked. Oh, come on!
You love animals.
What?
You don't like animals? What about Amber the dog?
I don't even like my own dog. You know
what
this.
about
I didn't
the
give a shit when
parrot?
she died.
Oh my God.
Sophia. Wait, I didn't know about me.
Are you?
I don't care for animals.
You are a narcissist.
No.
You don't like animals? You know what though?
I've never liked dogs.
When my brother's bunny died and we had a burial outside, I faked spit tears. I remember being a little girl. I was little. I was probably like 10 years old. And I was like, I spit on my eyes because everybody was like torn up about it and so sad about the bunny. Our next door neighbor stepped on our bunny. And we had like this huge memorial outside for him. And I just wasn't that upset, and I had to pretend I was.
Well, see that? Yeah. I mean, I guess that you did the right thing because you accommodated someone else's emotions.
Right. Well, the whole thing, I didn't want to be the psycho who wasn't crying.
That's always me, Fee.
Yeah.
Especially
it could be the generation. Like we're all just like a little bit more narcissistic. We don't even care about animals anymore. And it's probably going to get so much worse as the years go by.
No, because when I was on this work call and it got brought up that someone mentioned that I don't like dogs. Like that I don't care about dogs.
That blows my mind.
Okay. See, I don't get how that's that crazy. Like, who cares about dogs that much? When people whip out videos like, look at her. I'm like...
That's how I feel about baby videos.
Well, it's one and the same for me. It's like, why should I care?
So do you hate my cat videos?
I don't care for them.
Oh,
it's not that I hate them. Sophia, no, you have to separate this.
Are you against my new Instagram picture that's not Gaga?
I was going to ask you, what the hell is that? It's a cat. Your avatar is a cat.
It's Bench.
No, listen, it's fine. Here's the thing. Right. Here's what I need to clear up and what I had to clear up to my coworkers. It's not that I don't like dogs or kids. It's not that I don't like. It's that I don't care. Like, I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
But okay, so here, let me save my face. Ready? Let me save face. Let me save my face.
Let me save my fucking face.
So yesterday, John's extended family came over to the house here for like a social distance gathering by the pool because it was a nice day. It was a beautiful day. So
we're hanging out by the distance, just so y'all know.
Social distance. Everybody's sitting around the pool. Everybody's got their own corner. We're all sitting around. And so his cousin has like 3 little kids. And one of them is this like 4-year-old boy who I've known since he was like a little infant newborn. And I'm not kidding you, I think the fucking cutest kid I've ever seen in my entire life. Like ideal button boy. Like he's made of a button.
And you know what? I thought you liked kids because you always post this little baby all the time.
It's him.
And you post it and I'm like, I don't care about that.
Well, yeah, you got to be. See, nobody cares if you're not in person with the kid. Who cares,
right?
But so there's this kid, and he's so cute, and he's like a little boy, and you just want to fucking squeeze him. And he was running around, and then he has 2 sisters, and they're both so cute too. And like everyone was talking, and I find myself watching them a lot because they're just so cute, and I love to admire them. And then I'll be like staring at them, smiling, and then like they make eye contact with me, and I'm like. Like I'm not even their family member. I'm like their cousin's girlfriend who like their second cousin's girlfriend who like they're not gonna remember. They don't remember, and so I'm always just like hi. They're probably like you.
Oh my God! Wait, did you see? I'm totally changing the subject.
By all means.
But did you see the poll that I posted the other day? Like whether you would drink breast milk or not?
Yes.
So I was talking about this at my dinner table and I was like, you know what? Because someone I know is pregnant now. And I was like, I told them, I was like, I can't wait to try your breast milk. And then she was really happy about it. She was like, I can't wait to give you like a taste of it. So I told everyone at the dinner table and they were like, you are so disgusting. That's so repulsive. Why would anyone ever do that? And I was like, okay, it was just a taste of breast milk. And I was like, what about in a sexual way? Would you do it in a sexual way? And they were like, no. And I got shit on for it. So I created this poll.
Taste breast milk in a sexual way?
Yeah. Well, why not? Like, what if your boyfriend...
What's
what if you
sexual about...
Well, what if you had a baby, right? And then you were breastfeeding the baby and the husband was like, or like your boyfriend was like, I want to try a little breast milk. But you wouldn't let him suck your teeth?
No, I would, but it wouldn't be sexual. I don't think.
I think it would turn sexual. How would it not be sexual? He's sucking your tail.
But you can't just decide when you're producing milk.
But the best part was that I got maybe 30 no's, and then I look, and the one person who would drink breast milk was my boyfriend Sal. It was the only one, and I was like, "That's perfect."
Well, good. Then you made the right choice. That was the test.
You can suck my titty. Would you do it though?
Absolutely. What's so weird about that?
I think all milk is breast milk. So what's the big deal?
Well, it's also just if it's my kid or someone I love's kid, and it's the milk that is nourishing that child, of course I want to try it.
Yeah, and
I'll try my own. I'm definitely
mother's always in this natural beauty, like after you give birth to a baby, she's probably yes, I'd love for you to have my breast milk. She's just feeling so gorgeous and beautiful and wants to share her mother milk with everyone.
Absolutely, it's the most natural, beautiful thing. I think that's so cool. I love. Whoa, I love
your titties look huge. Do they got breast milk?
You think?
You can induce breastfeeding. You don't necessarily need to be pregnant. I looked it up.
What?
You could produce mother milk without being a mother.
And how does that work?
I think you get the pump and you just pump it out. You can induce it.
That's not true, Sophia.
It is, because I saw it.
Dare you? You know what I want for my birthday? That's in 2 weeks.
A pump?
I want you to buy a breast pump for yourself and pump out some milk.
I will.
That's what I want for my birthday.
I absolutely will. I 100% will.
That just feels
so the reason, if you saw it's a show, Jessica Biel was in it. She kills her son in it. What's it called? Do you know?
No.
Or she murders some guy on the beach out of nowhere. Someone in the comments might know. All 9 people might know. But in the show, someone else breastfeeds her baby. And I was like, how is that possible? And I looked it up, because she just takes care of the baby instead. And the mother goes away. And I looked it up, and that's possible. You can do that.
So I can produce breast milk right now if I want to.
You can produce breast milk if you want to.
How does a breast pump work?
That, I think it just constricts on your nipple.
So then
because we produce some breast discharge all the time.
No, we don't.
You don't ever get nip crust?
No.
Your breast discharge.
You look horrified. I don't think so.
I'll tell you one thing, and it's that your breast discharge.
No way.
Yes, they do. I'm glad I'm near my laptop, because I just have to look this up now. Do breast discharge.
I think maybe some people genetically, but I like how you don't get BO. I don't.
Didn't you have nipple rings? You had nipple rings, and they would get crust on them.
Yes,
and that was discharge.
I did.
That's discharge.
Because there's a piercing. It's a piercing.
Both abnormal and normal nipple discharge can be clear, yellow, white, or green in color. Normal nipple discharge more commonly occurs in both nipples and is often released when the nipples are compressed or squeezed. Some women who are concerned about breast secretions may actually cause it to worsen. It's just a real thing.
What?
I don't know why nobody knows these things. You know what Gabby asked me?
Well, you are the queen of looking stuff up.
I am. I'm like a Google whore. I need to know everything. But Gabby asked me how big she was like, I wonder how big a baby's an egg is, like a baby egg. And she was like,
so small.
Well, it's microscopic.
So
it's microscopic. It's saying I wonder how big a sperm cell is. And she was like, well, ostriches lay eggs, all kinds of animals lay eggs. I was like, do you really think it's an egg that you crack? What are you thinking that it is? She thought it was a real egg. She really thought it was people are out of their mind. Nobody knows anything.
She thought like an egg you make for breakfast sized
like a chicken egg. I don't think she thought it had a shell, but I think she may have thought it was just
that was
big.
the size of it.
that was the size of it. And I'm so sorry to call her out, my poor sister. But I was like, how could you be this smart and like not know?
That's so obviously not the size.
If you look up an egg, though, the microscopic version of it really does look like an egg, like a weird cheesy egg.
Well, that's because it's an egg. They wouldn't call it an egg if it wasn't an egg.
Yeah, that's true, But there's no shell, and you just think of an egg with the shell, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess how would it get fertilized if it had a shell?
But I guess we're the shell.
Yeah. No, we are until we give birth to it.
Until we give birth to it, but then it's not an egg anymore. It's a baby.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
It's a baby.
Then it's a full-grown baby. I feel like I had something else to say about the whole titty milk thing, but I guess it flew out of my head, and so we should move on.
Well, I'll produce you some titty milk, and I'll prove to you that we can produce. You don't need a baby.
What I was going to say is I think that whoever I have my children with, I would expect him to taste my breast milk.
Right? Like you would want it.
The fact that that's so ew is shocking to me. Like, how could you not try it?
I can't believe more people didn't say they would try it. There were some people who said that they had, but I was just really surprised. I was like, I thought everybody would want to try it. It's good for you.
Especially if it's your kid. Like, you want to know you want to be connected to your child. You want to know what's nourishing your child.
Yeah, it'd be so fucked up, though, if you had the first pump of breast milk and then you get like that amazing, like, it's like the creamiest part of the breast. You're going to throw up.
What does it taste like generally? Like, what's the palate?
I heard it tastes sweet. It's sweet and like watery.
Okay.
It's watery and sweet. It's not like milky milk.
Right.
But it's even grosser that we would drink cow's milk and it's meant just for little cows.
Someone just said that to me. Someone just said that to me of like, how are people not okay with X, but then they'll drink cow's milk? Like, cow's milk, you're drinking cow product.
Or goat's milk. We just steal everybody else's milk. Maybe we were the ones who were supposed to be producing the milk.
I don't even want to. I don't even.
What if you could pick up breast milk in stores?
Maybe after this pandemic, that's what we'll have to be doing.
Maybe we're supposed to be the ones producing breast milk all along. That's where the vitamin D comes from.
This is a moment where you start to lose me.
You get so grossed out by it. You do.
I absolutely do. How have you been eating in quarantine? Because I know you've been working out, but how have you been eating?
I've been working out a lot, eating a lot, gaining more weight. So eating more than burning.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot.
I've been doing the same except minus the working out. So I've been eating like obscene amounts of food and then not really doing anything about it. Until yesterday was the first nice day, and I realized, like, oh my God, we probably will get out of this soon. And
Emmy, you look amazing.
Get ready. No, you always say this to me.
But you need to hear it. You look so good. You gain weight in all the right places.
You always say that, and it's just not true.
What I do is I get a kangaroo pouch.
No, you don't.
No, I do. I get the little tiny stomach here because my arms are always skinny, so I'll fool everyone for the rest of my life with my skinny arms.
Yeah.
But my stomach does things. My stomach does things, and my ass gets
My stomach
huge.
does things.
My stomach gets...
so you gain it in all the right places.
No, my stomach is not the right place. Stomach is not the right place.
Well,
Nobody wants to gain weight in their belly.
But everybody does. I don't know anybody who gains weight and it doesn't go in their stomach. It always goes to your stomach and whatever else.
No, I think some people just get their ass. Some people get it in their face.
Yeah.
I don't gain weight in my face.
I definitely gain weight in my face. And I thought with how much I stopped drinking during quarantine that it would really chisel my face, and it hasn't at all. Probably because, so like yesterday we made a banana cake. I've been eating. Have you heard about my banana cake?
I haven't heard about your banana cake, but boy, do I love banana cake.
So, banana cake is this cool new thing that was shown to me during quarantine. by John's parents. So basically,
what's banana cake? Tell me.
Banana cake. You can make it. You don't even need a cake mix. You can make it with like flour and baking soda and butter and shit and bananas and sour cream. And
do you put chocolate chips in it?
No.
Ew.
No, you don't need to. Have you had Magnolia Bakeries banana pudding? I know you have because you've had it with me.
Yes, I have, and I loved it.
So this is like the cake version of that. And so last night we made that and ate the whole thing. And then we watched a movie and me and Will made spicy mac and cheese and ate the whole thing.
Oh, I'm jealous of your spicy mac and cheese because what I did was I had an Amy's kale and cheese bake, and your mac and cheese sounds so much better. No, but it's good. It's really good.
What's a kale and cheese bake?
It's just Amy's. Do you know like the Amy's vegan meals or like their vegetarian meals? It's just a little frozen like mac and cheese. But my mom once she just baked it and she scooped it out and she just put it on a regular dish. And I was like, Mom, what did you do to this? This tastes amazing. She's like, it's Amy's. It's Amy's.
It's Amy's.
It's Amy's. It's
Amy's is good.
Amy's is really good. I like Amy's.
Ours was something like Amy, like Annie's or something like that. Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But we added shit to it. I was also going to say about the gathering.
Oh, you're frozen. Oh, you're back. Yesterday I actually made these amazing. Sorry, did I cut you off? I didn't even hear you say anything.
You go.
I made these amazing cookies, and the Hilton just came out with this recipe. It's phenomenal. There's oats in it. There's even lemon juice. There's cinnamon. There's chocolate chips. They were the first cookies baked in outer space.
What?
I know it sounds crazy. Gabby told me, but if you look it up, they're the cookies that NASA baked. They're amazing. And I've been making them, and you could even, what?
No, nothing. Do you have the recipe?
I was like, is she skeptical? I do.
No.
I could post the recipe. It takes a lot to bake it. Like there's a lot of ingredients in it, but you can save the cookie dough in the freezer. And then whenever you want cookies, you don't even need to let it thaw or anything. It's just ready to go.
You should post that recipe.
I could post the recipe if you want. I actually got it from Gemma. I tried her cookies. And I did. Did you see my poll about oats versus eggs?
Yeah.
People really have something against oats for some reason.
Well, I guess when people think of oats, they think of carbs versus I guess it's
eggs. For the people who are scared of carbs, but eggs are really, really bad for your cholesterol, and they do cause breast cancer. But I did eat eggs every day this week.
Yeah, I haven't been having eggs at all.
But you know I am an egg.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know that. I
am an egg.
I was going to say about yesterday with the gathering with the little kids.
Yeah, little kids.
Where I was looking at the kids.
Weird, yeah.
I was gonna say something I'm also afraid about, like coming out of this, is that like I guess like because they were all over and like 6 feet apart and everything, so like you're kind of shouting to hear everybody because it's like you can't really. Oh, but yawn.
Tired, Guffanti. It's the sun.
I got so much sun. Yeah. When people are over and they're 6 feet apart, like I guess it takes energy to talk to them, but I was like in the midst of it, I was like, I am so exhausted from this social interaction, and it was like nothing.
You froze him.
And so now I'm like, how am I gonna
you were like what?
I was like, I'm so exhausted from this socialization, and it was barely socialization. And so now I'm going like, am I gonna like want to socialize when this is all over? Like, am I just so used?
I was just thinking that today. I was like, because I could go to my boyfriend's house and just do like a social distance on the deck, and I'm like, I'm kind of scared. I don't even know if I really know how to socialize anymore, other than with the people in my house.
I know, and I keep getting invited to these like birthday Zooms. And like I've only gone to like 2 of them, and even when I do, I'm like hating it. And it's not because I don't love the person. I love the person so much that I'm like, don't make me go on a Zoom to tell you I love you. Like I don't want. And I'm on these Zooms, and I'm like, this blows. Like I don't want to be here. I want to lock my phone. There was one that I went on.
and then you do go in on it and you do it, you hate it, and then you get off and it's like you're doing nothing anyway. But it's like you rather do nothing because that's what this whole thing is doing.
That's the thing is like I like there's no excuse.
Yeah.
But I hope that the people that I love that invite me to these Zooms understand that it has nothing to do with them.
Well,
and
I
me
think you
like
should just tell them that. Just be like,
I
having
assume
trouble.
that they understand, which is probably a flaw of mine. I just assume that they understand.
Don't ever assume because they're probably like, M never wants to talk.
Well, it's kind of like my personality in real life. It's like when we're hanging, and when we're not, we're not. And
that
that's
is
the end of the story.
Me to the T, and that's why we get along so well. That is literally me.
But I also think with the Zooms, like, because it does kind of freak me out of like, am I gonna, because obviously I go, like, I keep saying when this is over, I just want to go to a bar, I want to go to a restaurant, I want to see people, like, I want to do all these things. And then with these Zooms that I'm avoiding, I'm like, oh my God, maybe I don't. But then I think like it's not that socializing is exhausting, it's that having to scream across a pool to hear someone or having to go on a weak internet signal to hang out with someone and like their 10 friends that you don't know who are also wishing them a happy birthday is like, that's exhausting.
Well, Zoom is also pretty annoying because you could get like, I think Microsoft has like a better one, but Zoom, everyone talks at the same time. It's so annoying.
Well, yeah, it's just like, that's what hanging out over technology is. It's just like literally exhausting because everybody, it's like not a normal hang.
Yeah, it's not fun. And it's like, we could do this. We could all pretend we're enjoying it, but we're not. This isn't the same.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So
it's not the same. But this is fun.
This is fun. No, yeah, this is fun. And also because I'm so comfortable with you that I don't have to pretend to give you more than what I have right now.
No, you don't. I think that you might be the only one that I FaceTimed this whole quarantine.
You know what? You're the only one who I'm on FaceTime with, and I don't feel responsible or nervous or like I owe you anything.
Isn't it funny that FaceTime could make you feel nervous? Like, we're not even in real... what is the extent of that anxiety if you're not even really together? You can't see what I'm actually looking at. Why would we ever get nervous? But we just do.
I think it's also this element of like, we don't know how to maintain for like, aside from I'm talking about non you and me friendships.
Yeah.
We don't
Everyone who's not us.
Everyone who's not us. We don't know how to maintain those friendships. This is like so new. Everything about this is new. So it's like, it's not like we know how to do this or have done this before. So like when you do FaceTime with someone, like it feels like I should be saying, oh my God, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. What's new? What's going on? But like nothing has been going on. I know I haven't seen you in so long. I haven't seen anybody in so long. So why are we doing this act?
Yeah, I hate it. I don't like that. I know exactly what you mean. It doesn't, because that's how I feel all the time, just communicating with people in general. Not that I don't love it, but sometimes I do feel like it's a task and I need to do it just to be normal.
Yeah. Well, no, I feel like I need to socialize to be normal, but like when it feels like it's faux caring or faux catching up, it's so exhausting. But then I go like, well, then congrats, Emily, you won't have any friends. Well, friendships take maintenance.
And I think we both know someone who has no problem just being like, I don't care about anything you have to say right now. I just don't. Yeah. And it comes off as like, well, fuck you. Why do you do that? You know?
I know, but now as I'm talking, what?
But also you got to give them a little bit of respect, because it's like, you can't fake it for a second.
Yeah, but
also no. It's like,
you know how I really feel now that I'm saying all this?
How? Like you're a little bitch?
Yeah. Grow up.
I think we're being a little bitch. Well, this is what quarantine has done. It's just made us little bitches. But I think that
I have never been ever, and you can prove this for me. I have never been somebody who texts, like I don't conduct online relationships properly. I never have. I never will.
Yeah.
And so if I can't be seeing you in person, it's going to be harder for me to maintain our friendship because I don't feel connected to people when I'm not in person with them.
I've been
even
told,
with John, even with my own boyfriend, when we're not together, we barely talk because it's not the thing.
Yeah, but I am like a little bit hypocritical because with friends, I am that girl who's just like, I will give my boyfriend all my attention and like I'll text them nonstop. But with friends, I'm not the same. And it doesn't mean that I love them any less. It's just the way I am. Yeah. I give boyfriend more time.
What do we think that is?
We think that's, I don't know what that is. It's just the way I am and I know it. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I'm not going to like not do it.
Well, you know what?
I'm not going to like not. You what?
When I'm with John or in an environment with him, I almost never pick up anybody's calls.
See? What do we call that?
I
prioritizing.
But here's the thing. It's like, I am like, 6 years into this relationship? Like, I could, by now, I should be like.
Wait, the best is on my birthday, we go to Celine Dion. And I'm just like, I'm sleeping over. And you're like, wait, you're sleeping over? And it was like, gonna be like 1 in the morning or something. And then you were like, well, I wanted to like have sex with John tonight.
Did I give you a hard time?
You gave me a hard time. And I was like, no, Em, I'm sleeping over.
Oh my God, I'm really sorry.
Don't feel bad about it. Because
wait, but this is good. This is eye-opening learning for me. Why would I give you a hard time about sleeping over?
But I might do the same thing. If I wanted it, if I needed some sex and like, yeah, and like
but
you were
we
just
could have sex with you there. Who cares?
I know, and I wouldn't hear.
Wow,
you're like, you're sleeping over? I was like, yeah, I'm sleeping over. I'm not driving back home tonight.
Faye, can I tell you something right now? And you have my cut me with a knife and use my blood to write this down.
Okay? What?
Anytime in the future that you are even in the vicinity of my apartment, you are always welcome to sleep over. I can't believe I gave you shit.
I knew I was sleeping over. You were not going to kick me out.
Well, wait, but we wound up going to Owl's Tail and having a drink.
We went to Owl's Tail and we had such a great time. We had such a great time.
And now that you're saying it, I remember being like, oh, you're sleeping over?
This is just like proving my point even further. So then we walk in the house and I was like, oh, I want to talk to Sal on the phone. And you were like, just be quiet. John's sleeping.
Okay, but that's not, no, that's nice.
It's true. He's sleeping.
It was a weeknight. Nothing's worse than like, someone coming home, like if he comes home with someone and they're being loud and I'm asleep, I'm like, get out of my house. Get out of my house.
I think I'm just so used to falling asleep in noise because there's just so many people in my house all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone's up super late. Always noise.
I have realized in this quarantine that like my body has a natural clock and it turns off at a certain hour and it wakes up at a certain hour. And
that is so
there's
cool.
There's like a 3-hour window. No, it's actually not true because now that I say it, there's a 3-hour window. Like every morning around the 8 or 9 o'clock, my eyes open, but then I go back to sleep. But once it's past like 11 at night, I'm really tired and I gotta get some sleep.
You always fall asleep. Like just, it does hit a certain time and Em, like you could even be mid conversation and you're like dead randomly. I'm like,
I have the one eye.
How do you do that? Like you've been sitting at my kitchen table, face planted at my kitchen table. Like everyone's awake and Emily is face planted. I'm like,
but have you seen? I've so many times caught myself like in the moment, my tired delirium convinces me that I can keep one eye open and it'll just work. And then I'll be awake just like this. And then my one closed eye will provide me the rest that I want. Like what sense does that make?
But you have like woken up and just like started participating in conversation too. Like when you fell asleep, like it reminds me of Roseanne.
Yeah. Well, sometimes what happens a lot, because last night I yelled at John and I was like, you never let me pick the movie, because we watch a movie every night, me and his brothers. I'm like, why do I never get to pick the movie? We're always watching some male gunshot movie. And why can't I pick what we watch? He's like, well, you always fall asleep. And I'm like, that's so fair. First of all.
Yeah, because then they're stuck watching your movie.
20 minutes. Yeah.
Don't think that you would have a bad movie choice.
No, not that I would, but like,
do they think you'd have a bad movie choice?
No, but the point is that if I'm going to fall asleep 20 minutes in, they should pick the movie.
Yeah.
But what's
same thing with Gabby.
What I noticed has been happening when I fall asleep, which I'm trying to gain control over, is I will be watching something. I get this uncontrollable feeling, genuinely uncontrollable. I almost want a doctor to tell me what it is. I get this uncontrollable feeling where my eyes are actually closing. And it's like, stand clear of the closing doors, please. These eyes are closing.
Oh and my God.
I like slap myself, I pinch myself, and like still my eyes physically close. I have no control over it. So now I'm sleeping.
I had that.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I have to really try to sleep. I have to really try to sleep.
I would rather that than be the party pooper.
No, you want it. You get your sleep in and you're falling asleep when it's dark and you're waking up when it's bright.
But that's not fun because when people want to stay up, I want to too, but I can't because I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, but you're on a work schedule. You're just a real human in the working world.
Why on the weekend too?
Well,
like last
because
night
you're so used to it. You've trained your body. Mine
I
is.
Guess so.
Did I ever tell you about my delayed phase sleep disorder?
No, what's that?
Remember, I got homeschooled, and this was one of the reasons why. My mom was so concerned. She was like, "Why can't Sophia wake up in the morning? We're gonna have to." We did all these things. We put me on Adderall early in the morning. There was a technical reason. And she also got me this light to stare at right when I woke up in the morning. She was like, stare at this light for 10 minutes and then you'll wake up. Didn't work. So I got a sleep study. I was hooked up to electrodes and everything. I think I had to be like sleep deprived. And delayed phase sleep disorder is when you go to sleep late, you wake up late. So that was the big disorder that I have. But
that's not a disorder.
They call it a disorder. It's called delayed phase sleep disorder.
Then John has that.
It's because it's harder for me to get back on track than anybody else. It sounds like a lazy excuse, I know.
I'm sorry, but that's not half the world has that.
No, but it is a lazy excuse, but I think it is a real thing. Like
I think it's a real thing in the same way that it's a real thing that after 11 o'clock I can't stay up.
Yeah. I mean, I've been like that before, though. Like when I just get tired and my eyes are closing.
And I've been like where I'm up till 4 some nights, but most of the time, I think they're just as much of a thing.
Yeah. You don't think you're narcoleptic?
No, because I've looked it up because it's, kind of serious how much I'm falling asleep in settings. And I don't have the symptoms of narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is like you will be sitting at like 3 p.m. and all of a sudden your eyes are closing. Like mine is just like I get really tired at night. But I do bet, and I've been meaning to do this especially because of my psoriasis, I do bet that if I went to like an allergist or like someone to just analyze the balance of vitamins and minerals in my body, I bet I'd find out that I'm like doing something to make myself tired. Because I also noticed that I used to drink so much coffee like at work and like during the day. We just talked about this, you and me.
Yeah.
I used to drink so much coffee. Like I would drink cup at home. When I got to work, I'd make myself like at least 2 or 3 before lunch. I'd have 2 or 3 after lunch and then like maybe some later too. Like so much coffee. But then someone I talked to, this like really someone like you who like knows a lot of things. She was like telling me because you know all these facts and factoids.
A lot of them might not even be true.
But at least you're looking them up. I don't look shit up.
That's true. I look things up. I look up little theories.
You do. And so she was telling me because I was like, oh, well, I have psoriasis. I don't know how we got onto it. And she was like, oh, I do too. I went to an allergen who found out it was some vitamin. She was vitamin D deficient or something. And she just took more vitamin D and it really cleared it up. Something like that. Which makes sense because in the summer, my psoriasis is often a lot better. But the point I'm trying to make is she was saying, I was like, and I get really tired at night. Like it's hard for me to stay awake and like, and it's so involuntary. And I was like, it's not narcolepsy. I looked it up, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you should stop drinking coffee. And I was like, okay, that's not it. Like, I know that's not it. And she was like, I'm telling you, stop drinking coffee. She's like, I've been off coffee and I have so much more energy every day because I've stopped drinking coffee. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And she was explaining, she was like, when you drink coffee, your energy goes up, but then it's asking for a crash. Like, that's why people drink a lot of coffee in waves, because when they're crashing, they just have more coffee, more caffeine. And she was saying, she was like, just try it for a week. And I was like, and I obviously was like kind of just talking to like entertain the conversation, but then it like got in my head and I was like, maybe I should try not drinking coffee because it really upsets me.
Did it work?
Like, well, kind of. So it like, I was ready to try it because anything to make me stay up more. And so I just, instead of quitting coffee, I went down to 1 cup a day, which at the time was like basically quitting coffee. And I would find that I had so much more energy all day and at night. Like I was up.
I find that so hard to believe. Like, I know that coffee is a stimulant and like, yes, I believe in that little crescendo of energy. Like it'll come to a high and then maybe you'll crash. But I feel like the amount of coffee you'd need to drink to actually give you that like real crash or like to make you more tired would be a lot of coffee.
No, because you're putting so much caffeine into your body that it's like burning a lot of energy during the day. And then for someone like me, who I guess is like prone to tiredness or whatever, all of that energy I used during the day, then at night I have none left because I was burning it all with the caffeine.
I have so much energy and I drink maybe 4 to 5 cups of coffee a day.
Well, see, then that's the thing. It could be a combination of things.
It's also really good for depression and anxiety.
Coffee?
It really is. It does. And especially if you have ADD, it helps you focus more. So for me, it's amazing. It's a drug.
Well, no, I mean, I still like having my my 1 cup of coffee in the morning. What the fuck is that?
Someone said you're listening, but you said shut up in your head.
Was that to me or to her?
It's probably about me listening.
And telling me to shut up.
Oh my God. Or it's me.
No.
Or they're talking about you saying shut up about me. I think you're wrong, Trejo. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Trejo, why are you coming at me, Trejo?
I really do though. I want to go to like a sleep doctor and an allergist when this is all over because I refuse to believe that I have to go on a medication for my psoriasis to get better, like an oral medication. And I want to figure out why I'm fucking narcoleptic at night.
I did not think that psoriasis was an allergy. I did not think that. It
may or may not be. I believe that like it could be some sort of, I should be taking more of a certain vitamin or like, I believe there's that type of remedy before taking a medicine for it that could like fuck up my body.
Yeah, I don't know about because my dad has a poison ivy right now and that's like a real allergy. Like some people are allergic to it and some people just aren't. Like I've never gotten it. Like I don't think I'm allergic to it, but I would think that like what would be the psoriasis allergen that would cause you to get psoriasis?
Like gluten, even though I don't think that's it. I do notice that when I drink beer, I get way more of it.
That's the yeast.
Stress. Vitamin D for sure.
Isn't it just totally genetic?
It is genetic. Like it, but I don't want to have it all the time. It sucks. It's embarrassing. It's like all over my back right now. Can you see?
Yeah. That was like my yeast infection problem. I don't know what I'd rather have. Probably psoriasis.
Probably psoriasis than chronic
I've had my
infections.
period for 14 days. For 14
days. Yeah, what's that about?
So I've taken Plan B before. I think it is because of Plan B. On last Sunday, I had sex and I just like, we weren't protected. And so I was like, you know what? Let's get Plan B, even though I was probably fine because I was on my period. But I had my period for 7 days. And then this past Friday, I got my period so heavy again. And
that is like, really weird.
I was like, so I looked it up. I was like, of course, I had to Google my best friend. And I was like, does that mean like it killed my baby and it's working?
Oh my God.
Like, is that what just happened? And it was like, no, there would be no blood. Like none of that would happen. But now I'm just stuck bleeding like this. Like it's been like 14 days now.
Well, you do. I always remind myself when I have wacky period stuff that periods are very influenced by your mood, diet, environment, and routine. And maybe the quarantine has just like thrown your periods out of whack.
I think it was probably the high dose of estrogen that I took on my period.
Yeah, or that.
Or we could blame quarantine.
I mean, I think I just finished my birth control pack and I didn't even get a period. So it's like, okay, I'm either pregnant or,
I am thinking about birth control. I mean, it's just so, I've always, I'm like the one who's so against it. I'm so nervous about it, but like I have a beard and a lot of things are like, a lot of my issues stem from like a hormonal thing that birth control.
So you
really
tried
help.
Birth control once, right? And then you were just like throwing up all the time?
I was throwing up in my mouth like constantly. I remember making plans and I couldn't do it because I just kept throwing up.
Yeah, that's really weird. Do you remember which one it was?
Low estrogen. And I looked it up and it said, really? And it said that there were like a lot of women who had this like nausea problem, but like it works for their skin or something like that. And I'm like, I'm not going to deal with nausea all the time.
Yeah,
That's
just
ridiculous.
There might be, you should like look into it. And because there might be another one that you can take because I always say that I'm convinced that like birth control affects my body and my mood.
It does definitely.
Well, yeah, there's nothing to convince me about. That's just fact. But like, I always say like, I really wish I didn't have to be on it. I wasn't on it, but it's really nice to not ever have to worry about like if you're pregnant or not.
I know that is a really good feeling. That would be worth it. And then for my low luteinizing hormone, the one I told you, it said that I have this hormone that's really low. It said the thing that could help that is birth control.
So why don't you try and look up like other people who had, because a lot of people, I know someone who went on birth control and like had a similar thing where it was like terrible for them. And then they just switched to a different one.
Yeah, you do have to try it. You have to do your trial and error. I just hate that. I don't want to have to deal with that.
I know. But, and I like, even on the birth control that I'm on, I have some periods that are like the period from hell, capital letter on each word. Or I have times like this where I didn't even get one. So it's kind of like, what's going on?
Mine are always the period from hell. Yeah. Always. I always gain like 5 pounds. 5 to like 8 pounds. I'm not even joking.
That's weird.
And it's so much water weight. Like everyone notices. Like I just gained so much weight.
But then you eat a bunch and you don't feel bad?
No, actually, before my period, I gain weight and I get cravings. Then during my period, I am so nauseous. I can't even eat on my period.
Wow.
I go for like 2 to 3 days on my period. Sometimes the first 3 days and I just barely eat because I'm like not even hungry.
That's like the opposite that I have.
My
like when I'm on my period, I'm like, hunger, give me everything.
Yeah, I'm not like, but I realized that maybe like all the yeast infections that I thought I was getting were just like an itchy vagina because like a lot of people just get itchy before a period. And I was like, I think I am.
Or doesn't your butthole hurt?
That happened a few times. I was very confused when that happened though, because that was like that's not like a normal thing, but like my asshole had a lot of pressure on it one time.
I last night or yesterday, you're reminding me about the itchiness. Yesterday, after I got out of the shower, I had shaved my pussy.
Yeah, you shave your pussy.
Be quiet. I'm like not in my house. And
I shaved my pussy.
I like showed it to John, and I was like, "Look at my pussy. Like, look at my clean pussy." And he was like, "Did you shave your butt?" And I was like, "No," because we talked about that, Faye. When you shave your butt, you better buy a pitchfork and get ready to scratch that thing for days. I will never do that again.
That burns. It itches. It gets bumpy. Sometimes it gets ingrowns, and now you have cysts in your ass. It's not ever a good sign. Anywhere where there's creases and folds, you just should not. You should not be shaving that area. No way.
It's never worth it.
No, it's not. I don't even do that anymore. I've actually lasered my pussy.
Yeah.
Did anyone hear that? And I don't even need to worry about it. I just get sprouts of hair in random places, and I'm just like, boop, boop.
Yeah, mine's pretty good too.
Yeah. You're good. You're not a hairy person.
No, it's all in my head.
Yeah,
it's my line whenever people say that. I was also, speaking of us like hiding to hear if anybody's listening to us, I was also thinking the weird thing about quarantine is that I'm never usually living with parents, mine or someone else's.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I feel younger because I'm constantly under the umbrella of a parent.
Yeah, you're always being chaperoned. But you have a lot of space in that house.
No, there's a lot of space, but just the idea that like in the city and before all this, like I have my own apartment, I like have a job, I like conduct my day, and there's no.
Well, I think we all feel like kids again. We're all locked up and cooped up. We have to abide by the government's rules.
Government.
Well, we always do, but still, we're not allowed to go out.
And the government of your parents.
The government of your parents.
And do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think right now it's a good thing, but I also think that now we were just talking about this before. Like, I do think that we could start going out now. It's hot enough that the virus has died.
Don't do that.
Why do you get upset with me? I'll still wear my mask and my gloves.
Did you see in Georgia what's been happening? They opened shit back up and now the numbers are creeping up again for the virus.
They're going to say that. They're causing, what is it? Hysteria. My word.
I just go like, even if somebody tells me I can go out and go like essential businesses are open again and whatever, I'm too scared. Like, I don't know how to transition back into anything that resembles what life was.
I will tell you one thing, and I agree with that, but there is one thing I will not struggle to do, and it is go out to a restaurant or a bar. I will be there. First day.
I was just talking about this. Like, I can't wait to go back to a restaurant.
I don't care.
With buzzing chatter and being served. And this is you know what I can't wait to do? This is what I can't wait to do. Hi, yeah, how's it going? So between the steak frites and the eggs Benedict, what is your favorite?
Oh, I can't wait. Everyone's going to be chatting up a storm right when the restaurants are open. Everyone's going to be so much happier. We're all going to be sitting out. Everyone's going to make friends. It's going to be great.
But that day feels so far away still.
It's not. It's going to be before June 1st.
No, it's not. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
It's going to be before June 1st.
You think we're going to have that thing we just described before June 1st?
Maybe on June 1st.
I'll bet you $20 right now.
Okay.
By the way, you owe me $5 from our other bet.
I don't wanna. I didn't even get my stimulus yet.
I will bet you $20 right here, right now that you will not.
Can we bet an imaginary 20?
Well,
and then you get to shit on me in the Guffanti on June 1st.
Okay, we have to remember that
if it doesn't happen
for the episode that we were recording.
Honestly, you really don't think June 1st that things are going to be open?
No.
The virus can't even survive in the summer.
I think that in the summer, like during the summer months, like life will resemble normal a little bit more, but like then you're gonna have a second wave in the fall when the flu comes back. That's how these things work.
Everyone's saying that.
And then in the summer, it's like, I'm not gonna take the subway. I'm not gonna like.
Can't we just be optimistic about it for like 3 seconds? Like maybe businesses will be open. I want to go to the bar. I want to go to Verve in Somerville and I want to have a drink.
It's not even about optimism. It's like I just don't think it's gonna happen. Like it doesn't even. It doesn't even feel like an option to me.
Texas opened up, I think.
Oh, I guess we'll have to just like watch Texas.
We'll have to see what happens with Texas.
One thing I can say, Fee, is that I can't wait to hang out with you again.
Oh my God. I believe truly, and I know this is going to drive you bonkers. I believe truly that we can hang out already.
Like in a house?
In a house, yeah.
See, but the thing is that like we could probably, but then if everybody starts acting like that, then the whole thing is defeated.
I think as long as we're all not working, you're not in New York City. Like I haven't.
But it's in New Jersey. It's not like it's not in New Jersey.
It is, but we're being careful still. We're all wearing our masks. As long as everyone's wearing their mask and their gloves. You can wear a mask around me, Em, if you want. But I promise you, I don't have it.
Feel protected by masks. Like and you know what else about masks? You know what else?
What else?
They feel like when I have one on and I'm like out doing something, I'm so bummed out.
It's really not fun seeing it. It really looks like an apocalypse.
It makes you feel really bad to wear one. It made me,
when I went to Acme and I was just like trying to get a few things. First of all the chocolate chips were sold out and I was like, wow, this is really a pandemic. All the chocolate chips are gone.
All the chocolate chips are gone, yeah.
The whole row.
By the way, you were right about the yeast. Everybody's making bread.
Everybody's making bread. Mm-hmm. But like it was on the Jewish holiday. I was like, why?
I know, because everybody who's not Jewish making bread.
Now they're making bread. Now the Jews are making bread.
But what were you going to say about Acme?
Oh, but like everybody wearing their mask all around. I was like, this is sad. I am not in any mood to be grocery shopping anymore.
Yeah.
But I do like that nobody can see who you are because I'm all about that anonymity. When I'm out and about, I don't want to see. Yeah, when I don't want to see anyone from town, like when I'm going out. So the fact that I have a mask on, I like that so much better.
When I saw Nikki at the liquor store, it was like still in the beginning. Actually, it was not in the beginning. Oh my god, a thing just came up. Do you see that? 2 minutes remaining.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, I think it's only on mine.
Should we hang up? If it goes, we'll restart.
Yeah. When I saw Nikki, she didn't have a mask on, and I did. I had like an N95 on, and I was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, how are you? Like, what's new in you? Like, how's it go? I haven't seen you in so long." And it's like you only see my eyes moving, and it's just like, fuck that.
Oh
that
my
sucks.
God. I kind of wanted to do. Did you see my makeup thing yesterday?
Yes, I loved it.
I totally want to put like a little mask on, but just have like my new mouth up there.
You should totally do that. You should totally do, because it looks so real.
The girl who came up with the challenge, she was like, "Oh, Corona," and she had like a little mask on. It does look so real. It's a tiny face. It's so scary.
Yeah, I say do it.
I'm gonna do it. It'll put a smile on people's face. I'll make it smile.
Yeah, no, that gave me a good giggle.
Yeah, it was nice.
So it says 48 seconds remaining. Should we just end it?
I think we could just end it.
We're not in the middle of anything crazy. We're not
in the middle of anything crazy and important. It's Sunday. Everybody should enjoy their Sunday. Get outside because it's still nice out. Yeah.
But this has been a really fun episode.
It's been a great episode, an hour long.
I'm going to go back in the sun. Hour long, a nice clean hour.
And go dry out your psoriasis.
I will. I'm trying to heal it.
You do that.
And you go take care of your period, okay?
I'm going to. I got to put in a new regular. All I got's regular, so I'll bleed right through that.
All right, good. I love you so much.
I love our listeners. I love y'all. Guffanti
out.